Hello, good people. My name is Demario Patterson. I'm the manager at Luby Community Center. First of all, I want to tell our children we miss you all, and hopefully we can see you soon in our near future. We also want to thank you here at Luby Community Center, our staff, for joining our virtual summer camp activities. And remember to be you.
Hello, my name is Tangia from Easley Community Center, and today we're going to be making 5-minute ice cream. The utensils that you'll need will be a cup, a measuring cup, another measuring cup size, a teaspoon measuring spoon, a tablespoon measuring spoon, a gallon size bag, and a quart size bag. The ingredients that you'll need for the ice cream is sugar, milk, vanilla, salt, and ice. The ingredients on the 5-minute ice cream, you'll need just the sugar, the milk, and the vanilla. So let's get started making our ice cream. First of all, what you do, you measure your milk out. Your milk, your ingredients go in this one bag size right here. We'll need 2 cups of milk, this is a 1 cup measuring cup, so I'll need to open up another one. Add your 2nd cup. Then we'll need the tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Once you have that all mixed up, kind of move it around so it'll mix itself together. And you want to try not to get too much air in your bag, so you kind of let the air out of the bag a little. After that, you take your quart size bag, you're going to put a layer of ice in it. Add your salt, which it takes a cup of salt. Then you take your ingredients and you put it over in the larger size bag. Then you fill it up, the rest of it up with the ice. Make sure you put enough ice in there so you can actually see your liquid materials turn into a solid. Sit it up real good. Then you start to knead it. Like, you want the ice and the salt to mix together so you can help it to turn into a solid. And you can actually see this liquid turning into a solid. So then, once you've kneaded this around and you see it's turning into a solid, this is what our ending is going to look like. I've already prepared one. You do it for about 5 minutes, and then, voila! Your ice cream has actually turned into a solid. Now this is frozen, and it's ready to eat. Now that you've finished your 5-minute ice cream and you've enjoyed it, now I ask you to like, share, or subscribe to Metro Parks Virtual Summer Camp. Metro Parks Virtual Summer Camp. Bye.
My name is Chris Willingham from Antioch Community Center, and welcome to the Virtual Summer Enrichment Program, courtesy of Metro Parks Nashville. Today we'll be teaching you how to play chess, the objectives, the moves, and the pieces associated with the game. Follow me. This is said chessboard. We have a black team and a white team in most cases. The white team will always go first. The objective of chess is to capture the king. Now, you can do this in a numerous amount of ways with the pieces on the board. The pieces are the bishop, the knight, the rook, the queen, and the king. And don't forget the pawn. Now, let's go over some of the moves associated with each unique piece. First, the pawn. Now, when the pawn moves, it can only move up one space at a time, unless it's the beginning of the game, and you can move two pieces forward, and that's it. Now, moving on to the rook. The rook can move anywhere on the board, up and side to side, any ways it wants to. When capturing a piece with the rook, you simply do that number there. All right. Moving on to the knight. The knight can move a 90-degree angle or an L-shaped angle, like this. Up to the left, or like I said, a 90-degree angle that way. You can only take a piece once that piece is in the knight's way. You cannot hop over or through a piece. Up next, we have the bishop. The bishop, like the rook, can move anywhere it wants to diagonally, just not up and down. For instance, boom, boom, diagonal. All right? Up next, we have the queen. The queen is a special piece. You can do it whatever it wants, forward, backwards, side to side, diagonal, doesn't matter. This piece, great piece. The king can only move one space at a time, left, right, diagonal, but just one space at a time, and that's it. Now, me and my partner are gonna show you a couple of ways that you can put your opponent into check or just start the game of chess as a whole. Let's begin. Remember, the white piece always goes first. Oh, sorry. It happens all the time. Now, when moving your queen, all right, let me not show it. Just erase that part. Whew. Also, one important thing I did not mention is if the pawn gets all the way to the opposite side of the opponent's board, you can replace the pawn with any piece that you desire that's out of the game. So for instance, he just took my bishop, and say my pawn gets all the way to the end, I can now replace that with the pawn. But only if you make it to the end of the board. All right, so boom. Oopsie. Oh look, the opponent has me in check. Now, I have a couple options here. I can move the king out of check by a number of ways, not a number of ways actually. I can only take him, all right? So once you're in check, your goal is to either take it with the king or any other piece that you can, all right? Boom, so I'm no longer in check because the queen has been taken. Another check situation. The knight has put me in check because he's in an L-shaped position and my king is now in check. Again, I have to move out of this scenario by moving my king out of the check situation. Another check scenario. Yes, brings up a great point here. Because my pawn is in position to take the knight and take me out of check, I'm going to take the pawn so that way the knight's not a threat anymore. I'm no longer in check. Thank you for tuning in to today's virtual summer enrichment program class of chess.
Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed all those virtual activities this week. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Metro Parks Nashville. And like us on Facebook at Metro Parks and Recreation. See ya.